Now some real trouble and strife, as they say, within the marriage of Harry and Meghan. Oh yes, but what is it this time? Hi, good morning, Neil. Sean here in the very heart of London. Thank you so much for joining me today. Nice to have your company as ever. Another blisteringly hot day, hopefully. Apparently we've got showers and all that sort of stuff later on, but do we care? You know, at least we're not wearing heavy coats and all that sort of stuff. If you are, and I know you are in certain parts of the world, you've got my sympathies. One lady wrote the other day that she was snuggled up in bed watching me because it was so cold outside. And you do go sort of think, oh no, don't tell me that. I don't want to know that. We're in summer now. I want to enjoy this moment. You know what I'm saying? Very difficult, isn't it, as well? Again, you know, it's strange, isn't it, when you wake up and you put the radio on and there's a song that takes you right back. Does anybody remember the brilliant Bay City Rollers and, of course, Shang-a-Lang? Oh, gosh, I've got that now stuck in my head all day. Lucky enough to meet the wonderful Les McEwen, who we sadly lost recently. He was a great frontman, I thought. The Bay City Rollers themselves, hard to believe what a phenomenon they were when you think a worldwide phenomenon too. And this was all without the power of social media. True, you see, everything you don't necessarily need, but we're all living in a digital world, aren't we now? I think the Buggles said that, didn't they? Do you remember them too? Back as ever to your breaking raw story of the day. Now this particular story is interesting on two counts really, because as we told you recently, Prince William has been allowed his very, shall we say, celebratory 40th birthday party, but then apparently he's not too keen looking on forward to. What can you do, you know? That's what I always look at it like that. I spoke to William recently and I said, look, 40's 40. Hey ho, move on. You know, that's what really his life's about. You just keep moving forward, hoping for the best. Of course he was joking, you know. I mean, here is a man whose destiny is definitely paved out. What's interesting to know, of course, is that big party which we believe will be held at Windsor Castle could create a few problems. As we told you before, it's going to be very difficult, isn't it? Because there's always two people, at least in this particular party guest list, that would make the others feel uncomfortable. Now, you may have read in the press recently that Catherine reached out and rang Harry at his Californian home. Absolute tosh, never happened. Another made-up mainstream media story. Seriously didn't happen. But what I can tell you is this. It does appear that there's a bit of, shall we say, friction between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, according to a very good source, and as ever we have to say allegedly, because he would be keen to return for his brother's 40th birthday. He of course knows about royal duty and how things would look if he doesn't return. It's as simple as that. But according to that good source, Meghan Markle is not keen at all to go back into a room, you know, some might say a hornet's nest, of which she did her own stirring, to spend an evening, afternoon, day, whatever that might be, celebrating someone that clearly has got issues with her, and likewise vice versa. But you see, Prince Harry, of course, now 18 months, 2 years down the line, is probably looking back at his life and thinking to himself, this is something I truly do want to celebrate. He is my brother. They were good and close, whatever you may have thought. Now, as yet, invitations have yet to be issued, and that's going to be a thorny topic indeed. The only situation I can see developing from this is this, really. If Prince William does designate an invitation to both Meghan and Harry, and I truly believe he could because, you know, he's gracious and kind, then the tricky bit is, will Harry come alone? And that, again, sends a lot of, well, speaks volumes, as they say, doesn't it, exactly where the relationship is. And the difficult point for then Prince Harry is, if he goes alone, what strife will he be leaving behind? And more importantly, returning to when he eventually goes back to California. This is a developing story that we'll keep you posted up to date on, and as ever, when I know more, you know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.